Ripple and XRP breaking news today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. That is right. We have some breaking news. It's actually really exciting for Ripple. And of course, it'll rub off onto XRP in the long run. So today, we do have a great video for you. We have some really important news to cover, which we're going to cover first. We are then going to be jumping into the charts. As you can see, we do have another green day in the works. And we talked about this yesterday, that the lower time frame of all of XRP looked really good, right? The 1 minute started turning, the 5 minutes started turning. Those higher time frames were not looking good, but we talked about if we continue to step up and reclaim the 50 exponential moving average and hold it as a support over time, we could continue to climb. And we also talked about getting to this blue line, the magic blue line, and breaking above it. So we are now turned bullish on these lower time frames, all the way up to the 4-hour time frame that we talked about as well. And then what did we talk about specifically in the 4-hour time frame? We looked at the fact there's a 4-hour fair value gap here. In fact, it would be filled directly when it hits the supply and demand zone up here at 38 cents. Now, we also talked about, though, the price could continue to climb all the way up to the 50 exponential moving average on the daily if it can claim this 4-hour 50 exponential moving average as a support. Right now, you can see it broke above it. We have to be very cognizant of what's happening right here. You can see what happened last time we broke above it. There was a bearish signal, and we'll check with my indicator here at the end of the charting. Right now, that last time it happened, it broke down. Same thing here, broke down. Right now, we're above it again. Does it break down, or does it actually claim the 50 exponential moving average as a support? We'll take a look at that. We're going to look at the weekly, daily, 4-hour, deeply for XRP, Ethereum, and also Bitcoin. Before we jump into the charts, though, we are going to be looking at the news. Crypto Twitter reacts to Binance's CEO's deleted tweet about Coinbase Bitcoin holdings. This could be a big deal. We're going to take a look at that. Also, just wanted to quickly touch on some trending news that's going on right now over at Crypto Panic. We have Shiba Inu developer says the World Economic Forum wants to work with Project to help shape metaverse global policy, which is very interesting. Also, crypto winter's not that cold. Coinbase survey shows 62% of investors increased allocations over 12 months. So we do know that the long-term hodls, the dollar cost average people, are getting smarter. At this point in multiple previous bear runs or drops, everyone just let all of their coins go. But people know that in the long run, they believe in crypto and it's going to be sticking around. The big news article we're going to be covering right here: Bank of America to partner with Ripple for on-demand liquidity service after XRP lawsuit finishes. We're going to look into that. That's really awesome. Again, the Shiba Inu thing here. Major bullish milestone for ADA as first USD-backed stablecoin on Cardano goes live. We did cover that on an extensive article yesterday. That's really exciting for Cardano, what they're building. Here's something interesting. Litecoin overtakes Solana in market cap as it outperforms wider crypto market. And if you're not aware, Litecoin is actually the #2 coin ever, I believe, right? So it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, then Ethereum, or Ethereum and Litecoin. We'll look that up, but I believe Litecoin was literally the second coin ever created, the first ever altcoin, Litecoin. And then we have Coin Market Cap launches proof of reserve tracker for crypto exchanges. That's really awesome right there, by the way. But the big news that we will be covering in the news today: Bank of America to partner with Ripple for on-demand liquidity services after XRP lawsuit finishes report. And yes, just to check, we have Litecoin here, decentralized. It was supposed to be the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It was launched October of 2011. And then I looked up Ethereum, which came out in July of 2015. So Litecoin, literally the second ever coin created. And that would be the first original altcoin. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong indirectly addressed CZ's tweet as FUD. In the since deleted tweet, CZ referenced a Yahoo Finance article that alleged that Coinbase custody holds 635,000 BTC on behalf of Grayscale. CZ added 4 months ago, Coinbase, I assume exchange, has less than 600,000. With a link to a 4-month-old article from Bitcoinist, the Binance CEO made it clear that he was simply quoting news reports and not making any claims of his own. However, his tweet was not received well by the crypto community. And the reason being is Coinbase said that they hold less than 600,000, or CZ said that Coinbase holds less than 600,000 Bitcoin, while Coinbase custody holds 635,000. So there would be a 35,000 Bitcoin difference there. That doesn't look good. Not to mention, that's only one client. And of course, in response to that, the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, says, if you see FUD out there, remember our financials are public. We're a public company, and you can go ahead and click the link and check that out. CZ deleted his tweet shortly afterwards, stating, Brian Armstrong just told me that the numbers in the article are wrong. Deleted the previous tweet. Let's work together to improve transparency in the industry. So if you guys remember, CZ is the one that tweeted about FTX, and he was about to sell his FTT tokens, and he said that he didn't think that they had the tokens. He dumped them on the market. They went bankrupt. Now calling out Coinbase, and Coinbase responding, though, saying we are a public company, and of course we have the financials we say we have. And to recap, FTX's liquidation crunch, which led to an overall spiral in the market over the past 2 weeks, is believed by many to have been initially triggered by CZ, the Binance CEO, after his tweets caused panic and a bank run on FTX, because he told the truth. Hey, I'm selling my FTT tokens. They don't have them. I'm just going to let them go anyway, and which is really interesting. He ended up dropping the market, and as we know, FTT token basically went to zero, and FTX is now bankrupt. Will Clement, co-founder of digital asset research firm Reflexivity Research, shared on Twitter that latest tweet CZ made about Coinbase's Bitcoin holdings that he just deleted wasn't a great look. I get the argument that he's trying to protect the industry, but CZ is more than smart enough to know that exchange and custody wallets are separate. We also have here Mario Nawfal, founder and CEO of IBC Group, shares on Twitter, is CZ implying Coinbase custody does not hold one-to-one BTC on behalf of Grayscale Trust? See the latest tweet here. This is a concern I never had till now. This is a very serious question. Also, if you guys are on crypto Twitter, which I continue to let you guys know, it's awesome. Mario holds a daily update spaces where you can go in and listen to the top people in crypto, people that have created all these coins, people that are really, really high level developers, and they're talking about the FTT issue and much, much more. Very interesting stuff. Feel free to jump on those. And then some people are getting a little upset, as we can see here. 360 Trader says, CZ just proved today he's all about one thing, his empire, Binance. He is not here to look out for the industry. He deleted the tweet. But now, as I already expected, he's exposed himself as a villain, because if he was trying to take out Coinbase, crash them as well, and then he's the only one left standing as the largest and only major crypto exchange, that would be a little nefarious, of course. And a lot of this comes to you because of this. On November 18th, cryptocurrency investment product provider Grayscale Investments shared that all digital assets that underlie Grayscale's digital asset products are stored under custody at Coinbase Custody Trust Company, LLC. Although the company has refused to provide an on-chain proof of reserves or wallet addresses to show the underlying assets, citing security concerns, at the time of publication, Coinbase Coin token has experienced a 5.3%. Is that $5 or 5.3% increase in price? I would have to look that up. I can look that up when we jump over to the charts. But just interesting, we talked about Grayscale yesterday. They're at a 50% discount, which has never happened before in their history. That's a major deal, meaning like if Bitcoin is $20,000 in the regular market, Grayscale is selling them for $10,000, which is absolutely nuts. All right, now to the breaking news. Bank of America to partner with Ripple for ODL services after XRP lawsuit finishes. Bank of America is reportedly waiting for the end of the U.S. SEC court case against Ripple to join forces with San Francisco-based payments company Ripple. At Ripple Swell 2022 in London, Ripple Labs CEO Garlinghouse reportedly told Link2 director of member sales Nick Barafato, the Bank of America is waiting for the court case to settle before using Ripple's on-demand liquidity products. And quoting Barafutu, Brad Garlinghouse made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP, which is interesting because Garlinghouse said he's never going to settle, but if they could win and get a victory out of it, then it might be worth doing. I asked him if American companies were waiting on the sidelines to jump in the game once clarity happens, and he said absolutely. He specifically said Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple, and he said that Bank of America stands to gain really big when its settlement happens because Bank of America is going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors by using ODL on the marketplace. So Brad is very, very bullish. And if you remember, there was just an article talking about how all of their income, all of Ripple's income is being made outside the United States because everyone is afraid to work with Ripple because the SEC case. Once that goes away, there's going to be a swarm to jump into Ripple, which will obviously help long-term XRP. Back in 2020, Ripple Labs also named Bank of America as a key member of its global payments network. Julie Harris, head of Bank of America's global banking at the time, said, "It's about you as a client and the infrastructure you have and the ability for us to integrate, whether that's with platforms and capabilities that we built or partnerships that we have with the likes of Ripple or Swift." She goes on, "These are fintechs that we're partnering with. They've come through all of our rigor of legal and compliance, and we're able to leverage our banking as a platform to deliver that to you." Earlier this month, Ripple Labs announced recording record growth of their on-demand liquidity products despite the SEC lawsuit alleging that XRP is a security. That's because worldwide, every bank in the world is ready to work with Ripple. SEC is just holding up the US.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.
All right, so let's jump over here now to the charts. We're looking at XRP. We do have currently 5 minutes left in the daily chart. You see we have a nice pump today, up 3%, another green day, which is fantastic. Yesterday, it came right down to our supply and demand zone, bounced off that. Looks like it wants to head up here. And what we were talking about earlier when we were just starting the video is this fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame that leads right up into our supply and demand zone, which is also on our 4-hour time frame. So we can see, though, there was a 4-hour pump 2 candles ago that was really, really severe, leaving another downside one. But first, let's hope we can get all the way up here. Let's clear out this fair value gap on the 4-hour, and then we'll see if we can claim that as a support going forward. Because as we know, in order to get all the way up to the 50 exponential moving average on this level, we had to go bullish on the smaller timeframes, and we have. The only concern that I do have is if this does push up and then reject off of our supply and demand zone here at 0.38537, we could see a downturn. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this information is financial advice. Do not buy or sell anything because we talk about it on this channel. So jumping over here to the weekly charts, you can see what we're also talking about is we did have that massive down week 2 weeks ago. And there's a big fair value gap here as well that we're looking for potentially filling all the way up to this level up here of 46 cents. Now that also gets us to the point that on our daily, we have our 50 exponential moving average, which is showing bearish, but price still needs to rise above it for the daily bearish move to happen. So right now we're looking at a potential 4-hour bearish move unless we claim it as a support and start moving to the upside. So getting back to our 4 hours, let's remove the fair value gap and let's switch over to High-Kanashi candles. Oh, we're here. And High-Kanashi, so we can show you what we're talking about with supply and demand. So now we do know that we have our supply and demand candle right here. Okay, so that's this white candle. As you can see, we move it here and we move it here. So this is the last up candle before this down move that gave us this short-term supply and demand resistance zone. So if this hits here and it rejects, comes back down, then we would have this level down here, which is a historic 4-hour support level from back here. We do have some new data coming in with this area here, so we could actually squeeze our zone a little bit here. So we can now use this candle as our bottom, which is nice because this gives us a better indication when it's trading in a smaller range. Well, if it breaks to the upside of that range, we're looking more bullish. If we break to the downside of that range, then we're looking bearish. But now we know we have this tighter squeeze range. In fact, we could even go as far as using this, because we do have new data. We can use this candle right here as our downside, and we have this as our upside on our 4 hours. And if we wanted to chop it up even a little more, we could jump down to our 1 hour ranges here. So we get rid of that, and we would use this 1 hour candle, and then we would use this 1 hour candle right there. And we got to change this to blue so everyone knows what we're talking about. So on the 1 hours, for those of you guys that are OGs, you know what's going on the channel. 1 hour time frames, we do use the blue for the boxes. 4 hours, we use red. Daily, we use yellow. So that's how we tell about our supply and demand zones. Now, the one thing I'm seeing here is on our 1 hour charts, we are extremely overbought. We're outside of the volatility band. We are climbing extremely hard. So sometimes that could be a bad sign, right? So we might have run out of steam to the upside. You can see last time we were outside the Bollinger Band. We were way overbought. Bam, we had a crash down. So that is a possibility. We've had a really nice surge. Does it continue? We'll have to wait and find out. But now we know where our supply and demand zones are. And I'm going to turn on my other indicator to let us know where we're at. So a couple of other things I want to show you. The 15-minute charts. Look at this. It ran up to our magic blue line right there, tapped it. We were talking about that yesterday, that it needed to get to the magic blue line on the 1 minute charts, which it did. And it just kept on pumping, turned really bullish for us, which is fantastic. But now we can see we got to that 15-minute blue line. Sometimes that will also indicate running out of steam. And also right here, a 15-minute supply and demand candle, it's there as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that, see what happens. Looking down here at the RSI, again, way overbought, also giving us a bearish divergence signal. And even our market baseline, the yellow line here, has climbed all the way to overbought, which is absolutely nuts, because that's very rare that the market baseline price, the average price, gets to an oversold level or an overbought level. So right now, being overbought, you can see recently down here, it was actually at an oversold level, and then we still had a market fall off after that. All right, so let's go ahead and use the indicator and see what kind of news we have coming from this. So as we look here on the daily charts, you can see the new daily candle has just kicked off, and it's at 37.488 cents. Very close to that supply and demand zone. It dipped in there yesterday. We'll see. We have that fair value gap now officially. So the candle was still live on the previous day. Now we have that daily fair value gap. It could come and close that out. I do want to let you know on the daily charts, we are still showing a bearish indication on my indicator, but price does need to climb all the way over that 50 exponential moving average for the daily to play out on that indication. When we drop down to a smaller time frame, we're on the 4 hour charts here. On the 4 hour charts, it is showing that it still needs to continue moving to the upside before the 4 hour can play out, the 4 hour potential bearish move. Now, the exciting thing is, if we can continue to gain momentum to the upside, that bearish move may not play out. When we drop to the 1 hour charts, we will have to watch this very closely, because it may not make it to the 4 hour move. When we are here on our 1 hour charts, the indicator is showing if we start to lose volume and we do start to fall off, there is a likelihood that we drop back below our 50 exponential moving average and then have a sell-off there. That is starting to read out bearish now on the 1 hour. On the 30 minutes, that one's undecided. The 15-minute is still very bullish, though. So those lower time frames have claimed bullish levels. So the 15-minute indicator shows bullish. What that means is we could very likely see a dip under the 15-minute 50 exponential moving average to get like a little bit of steam, a little pullback, and then bounce up like we saw here, a pullback and then a blow up, right? So that is a potential. Also, what we could see with that is a crossing of the red 50 exponential moving average over the blue 1100 exponential moving average, which usually indicates a pump to the upside as well. That's a very bullish move on this higher of a time frame. That's really exciting. In fact, when we jump down here to the 5 minutes, it has already happened. And you can see that that was bullish there, riding that way up. And looking at our indicator, we are bullish on this 5 minute right now. So there is a little bit of a pullback. We'll see. Does it come all the way back down here? Now that we have a fresh daily candle, it might run down, get a little rebound off of this before making it turn to the upside. You can see here, though, we do have the negative or bearish indication on the RSI indicator that we use. Also, market baseline starting to come down. However, like I said, let's watch for a little dip here, and it doesn't resurge. We want to see, does it do this? Does it dip under, claim it as a support, and then power up? Watch that on the 5 minute. As we dip to the 1 minute charts here, 1 minute is starting to read bearish on this time frame. So watch for the potential of this new daily candle just opening up, running down, touching off this magic blue line, and then rebounding, then attacking the upper levels of the 4 hour range. Because we do still have this fair value gap, and we are still watching for this move to become bullish. So that is what we're looking at for XRP right now. So my main thing, my immediate situation I'm watching for is price to come down a little bit here and move back up. I would prefer it not to come all the way down to the 5 minute blue line or even the 1 minute. I'd rather just get some momentum to the upside. However, that line, it is very attractive for price for whatever reason. All right, let's jump over to Ethereum now and take a look at what we've got here. So the Ethereum 1 minute charts are super bullish, which is good news. So we can see it come down, push up, come down, push up. We'll see if it does that again. The 5 minute charts are bullish. 15 minute charts just flipped bullish because it has been running bullish for long enough now above that 50 exponential moving average. Volume has flipped it to the bullish indicator, which is good. And we go to the 1 hour charts. The 1 hour charts is where we get a little nasty, where it could start to flip bearish. And what I mean by that is right now, it has worked its way enough above the 50 exponential moving average to where it has the potential of now making the dive down. So we'll see, does it claim support here and move up? The next level up that we would need to see it move to is the 4 hour 50 exponential moving average, which is currently sitting here at 1189. So at 1189. So if price continues to move up to 1189, we'll have claimed also the 1 hour as a bullish level. So we are starting to make bullish moves and bullish indications. Now, for a real bullish move, we have to go all the way up to the 50 exponential moving average on the daily chart, which is at 1350-ish, right? 1350. And we'll see if that can really power up there. And also, if we look at the 15-minute blue line, good news, it's up here, which is great. So we could see continued momentum to the upside there. And if we take a look, we're right there at the 5 minute. So we do want to see the 50 red line cross this blue line on this 5 minute time frame, indicate bullish momentum, and then help convert the 15-minute and the 1 hour over to bullish. We're having a slight pullback. That is normal for the start of a daily candle anyway. But we'll see if we get a move to the upside. Bitcoin. As we take a look here at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to be, oh, and by the way, on Ethereum, the 4 hour and the daily are bearish still. Bitcoin right now on the daily, it is showing a bearish indicator. However, price would have to get all the way up here for that move to play out. So it's just going to be bearish for now. 4 hour charts, if we look at the 4 hour on Bitcoin, it is also bearish as well. Price would need to get above the 50 exponential moving average up here. So climbing to that 16,600 range for a potential down move. And by the way, like we were talking about, all these lower time frames are starting to flip bullish too. If positive momentum keeps rolling in, even these higher time frames could flip to bullish. But right now, showing bearish. 1 hour is also bearish as well. And the move is ready to play out if it does. So watch for price to come here. 50 exponential moving average. It's also a daily supply and demand support here at 16,088. If that breaks, it could drop to the lower level and even possibly back to retest this 15,500-ish range. 15 minutes on Bitcoin is bullish. 5 minutes on Bitcoin is bullish. And also the 1 minute is bullish. So those lower time frames, just like we talked about yesterday with XRP, those lower time frames were bullish. Now we're seeing that same thing happen to Bitcoin. It's a day later, but we could see a move to the upside. However, like I said, that 1 hour potential negative move could sink all of our positive momentum we've been gaining. And hey, speaking of gaining momentum, you guys should definitely check out the Bull Runners Club. We're gaining some great momentum. We're really excited about the people and affiliates that have joined our team. If you would be interested in working with us here at the Bull Runners Club, joining the Run Guys, linking arms, arm in arm, and be able to make passive income every single day instead of hoping that Bitcoin goes up or down, the link in the description, go click it, check it out, do your research, and we'd love to have you join the team.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.